Get ready with me while we talk about why I ended up co-sleeping with my newborn, especially as someone who adamantly was against co-sleeping. So we had set up a pack and play in our room with like the little bassinet top section on it, but he really would not sleep in it. Like, we would put him down in it and immediately he would start fussing. Never really could get him settled. I tried literally everything. I had to get it to where he was like asleep before I walked away. Nothing worked. He never settled. He just kept fussing, picking himself up. Didn't matter if he was swaddled, like literally nothing changed. So I was getting legitimately no sleep, none at all, because every time that I would set him down, he would start fussing. I fed him, he would fuss until basically the next time it was time to eat. I also think that he had his days and his nights mixed up. Truthfully, I think he still does. That was making it worse. But like I said, could not get him settled. Nothing was working and I wasn't getting any sleep at all. I started seeing a lactation consultant to try to help with my breastfeeding journey. And one of the questions she asked was about how much sleep we were getting. And she had suggested co-sleeping, gave me some information about how to do it safely. She basically explained that he was in the 4th trimester. It wasn't uncommon for him to be having, so many difficulties like getting settled, and that I should try co-sleeping and maybe it would allow everyone to get a little bit of sleep. So that night I set up like a safe co-sleep environment for him in our bed, basically creating like his own little space separate and free of blankets and with kind of a barricade, like I said, to create the safest sleep space in our bed that I could. And that night I actually got some sleep. We all got some sleep. And that's really when me and George kind of established like a routine, which allows both of us to actually rest at night with a newborn. In hindsight, knowing what I know now, he has a tongue and a lip tie and he has a really difficult time taking a pacifier. And what I have learned is that pacifiers are kind of how babies soothe. They soothe by sucking. So basically, he doesn't have any capacity to really soothe himself, and that's why he's so dependent on us. So having him right there in the bed next to us allows me to like rest my hand on his chest so that he knows that he's not alone. It allows me to like shush him. It allows me to kind of gently rock him like in the bed. Really just allows a lot more connection with him so that he knows that he's not alone and he feels safe and he's able to sleep. For me, it was definitely the right decision for like this season of my life and the season for him, like in the 4th trimester. We're almost 3 weeks in at this point, and honestly, he still doesn't sleep great. I'm working now to try to get his days and his nights corrected because I really think that that's like the biggest issue. So we'll see. But with that being said, I am a little bit nervous about how we transition him into his own room and into his own crib, because at the end of the day, I do still want him to be able to sleep on his own when he's a little bit more established, because I think that being able to sleep independently is really important. So if you are someone who has co-slept and then successfully transitioned your baby into their own crib in their own room, definitely let me know what you did. Because like I said, I'm really nervous. That seems like so impossible right now that I can't really fathom how we're gonna overcome that hurdle. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of judgment out there about parenting and parenting styles, and especially co-sleeping, which is probably why I had such strong opinions about it before having a baby and becoming a mom. And at the end of the day, I think we all just kind of have to figure out what works for us and run with it without really worrying about the judgment from other people. I don't know, if you're someone who isn't sleeping and you have a newborn, maybe just try co-sleeping and see if it works.